There is a story that we have been following, and of course that involves the 32-year-old tricyclist, Mr. Kingsley Agwuna, who lost his life allegedly because of wounds that he suffered from following alleged torture by the police, and specifically police attached to the Unity Police Division in Enugu. Now his family members are saying that the police is involved, despite the police saying that this event happened at around 2 a.m. on September 6th. The family is saying that this happened between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. on September 5th, both in 2024. Of course, his brother joins us now to tell us what has happened since our last interview as we continue to pursue this case of alleged police brutality. Mr. Ernest Agwuna, thank you for joining us again this morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
So tell us what you have uncovered since our last interview, perhaps your reaction to our interview with the Enugu State PPRO. You know, was everything really clear as day? Was it black and white?
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity once again. Just like you rightly said, what you just had is just black and white. There is no collaboration. It's just someone trying to see how best to save his friend and possibly his colleague who has committed such atrocity, such inhuman act to human. Right this morning, I will want to seize this opportunity to just say one or two things, especially to what the PPRO said. I will want to be careful so that the pain and the emotion of the loss of my brother will not come in, so that I will point out things carefully. One, from the interview you had with him, he never made mention that I called him about this case. He never acknowledged that he spoke with me about this case. I also heard him well, talking about that people go to internet, that there is no police station on internet, that sometimes he begged people to come and meet them so that they can look into the case. What of this particular one that I called him direct? I spoke with him. He never returned my call. The last chat I chatted him, I checked it this morning before coming online. The chat is still not unread. He has not opened it. After I explained to him how I called him, he never returned my call. That is one. I just want to establish that fact. So when he is busy looking for those who is in internet, speaking about the police, what happened to the person who called his line, personal number or official number about this killing? Nothing was done because they felt it's a keke nape. Listen, Nathaniel, let me tell you the truth. The people who killed my brother, DSP Uche'S and Inspector Romanus Ugwuanyi, they believe that he's just like a madman on the road. I want to establish this. I'm not trying to raise sympathy. Now, another question I want to ask you, I want to say, did you see anything like apathy in the life or in the words from the police PPRO? Did you see him sympathize with the family? This is a man like him, a father like him, and an Igbo man like him, and a citizen of Nigeria like him. He chose his career to protect his work more than sympathizing with a family. And the mother is almost mad as we speak over the death of his son, because she spoke with my brother on Wednesday and they had one or two conversations, but I don't want to go to those lines. But let me say this, even if nothing is done, the corpse of my brother will be kept in DSP Uche'S house in his town. I want to put this without fear. People have been calling me, say, you don't know this man, you don't know this man, be careful, this one. I am not, if I should come on live television to speak about this case, I am not afraid of them or their threats. Let them go on with anything they want to do. I would have wanted not to attack the PPRO personally. I would have wanted to be official with his official duty. But let me repeat something so that it will be carefully taken. I never made mention that this issue happened by 2 a.m. The issue happened by 9 p.m. on Thursday. I had the interview with you before. I stated this, 9 to 10 p.m. I never knew that the police PPRO Enugu is a prophet. That his prophecy gave him that they never recovered my brother's keke. It's quite unfortunate because he's trying to cover his friend, DSP Uche'S. Okay. But I'm sure that the right thing is going to be done. Not going back. Even if I am killed today by any of them, I say it on live television, people will still join to fight this cause. Now, he said the keke was not recovered. Please, Nathaniel, you have gone on an independent interview, investigation on this matter. You never informed me when you went to that interview. Did you discover about the keke na pepe? He also made mention that there was no bar. Let me also quote and say it very clear. You have the video because you have gone for the investigation. You can put the video if you have it available. Let the whole world see that PPRO come to cover his friend, DSP Uche'S, who met him on this matter, but he never called me back. He only took what DSP Uche'S told him to come and speak on live television without speaking with the family, without thinking about. He made a quotation of the Bible that he who kills will be killed. When he was talking about Iboja, I tell you, the Bible also talks in Ezekiel, when you see a sinner, you cover him. The blood of that person will be also on your head. And if he wants to be a corporate about this issue, he will also receive the judgment. You just put on your screen now the tax collector's bar. Very popular in that axis. It's also a supermarket. He has a very big supermarket, tax collectors, supermarket, and bar. From one of your this video I saw, people were playing snooker. Does it mean he was talking about what are you doing on that play? Does it mean those people you capture playing snooker, that all of them are tax collectors? My dear, when you want to be professional, let that still be this particular thing that God put in a man, living conscience. Let it still be activated in your life. He talked about the time. But if I may react with the time, he said, I said that police said by 2 a.m. But let me also react. He said it's by 3 a.m. also. You can listen to his interview again. How and when did this issue happen? They took my brother. Remember I have records of my interview or my interaction with the DPO, DCO, and some other persons. I have it. And I've sent some to you. He said that this thing happened around 3, that there was a distress call and the rest of the thing. And how comes this issue happened? And after everything, they took my brothers to sell. But let me tell you, from one of the person that was a victim of this also, he confirmed that they were also beaten, even in that police station. Please just permit me to say this. I thank you for this platform. They were also beaten. And they forced my brother to keep quiet. It was when my brother could not keep quiet that they believed that he was shouting, I am dying. In the cell, that was when, according to the DSP Uche'S said, out of mercy, when he was trying to let me know how good he is, that out of his mercy, he now decided to take him to the hospital. Funny enough. And the hospital recorded, after whatever they had there, the hospital recorded 3 a.m. So the thing happened 3 a.m. and 2 a.m. and they were able to resolve the issue and they went to the hospital. The hospital finished and recorded in there. You have the record. And recorded 3 a.m. And they said the keke was not recovered. I asked on live television, who called the keke? No wonder. You know, the wife of my brother has been alleging that DSP Uche'S has a personal issue with my brother. I have refused to accept that. In the interview you granted that, she repeated it again. There was a time I was called, sometime, I don't know if it's early this year, that the police seeks my brother's keke. He has his own keke. Now I knew what happened to his own personal keke. Until when he gets so bad that he decided to take this particular one. The man who gave him this particular one is alive. He's in Enugu State. If I'm not mistaken, maybe you went and also interviewed him. Because you never told me you went on this without even informing me. And I love that. So that if there is any lie I am telling on this live television, maybe to wake people's sympathy, you will review it. I saw some of your early this thing where you were interviewing. I don't have issue with any produce or revenue people. My brother is not a revenue collector. You have seen the man in charge of them testify that my brother is not a revenue collector. And let me also make this on live television. That a lot of those people they arrested was released that night. Why was my brother not released if he's a tax collector? Some of them was released. I am saying this. I have them. We have spoken to them. I'm also aware that you got some of the person that was affected in your interview when you went on your personal interview. You got some of them that was injured. He said that comes my brother was the only person who was injured. It was not only my brother. But it's so unfortunate. With respect to the police, Commissioner of Police Enugu, who I'm sure maybe he has not heard about this case, as a result of these friends trying to cover their brother and their friends and their colleague in the office. But I know that justice will serve. But I repeat, even if it is not served, we are not taking my brother's corpse and we are not leaving it anyway, except in the compound of Uche'S and his other persons. I am not saying this out of fear. It will be kept in his compound. But I know that justice will take. Justice will be served. They see anybody anyhow. Look at, let me say something, my dear. Was the PPRO of Enugu State, was he able to tell the public what happened to Iboja? Was he able? I had his interview with you. A police public relation officer could not state. He said that the man said he thought that the man wanted to shoot him. I want to ask a question. He was talking about the block road. Please, I don't want to talk about the revenue because I have not even spoken personally to any of them. I've not spoken, including their leader, who is called, I think the name is CJ. I have not spoken to him. But you did. You can tell us what you find out.
So, Mr. Ernest, I mean, you rightly said that we spoke to CJ, who is the head of those tax collectors, so to speak, along that axis. And he said categorically that your brother was not one of them, was not a tax collector. So that has been established. He also said that your brother was a tricyclist, like you have re-echoed a lot on this program. But I have to now ask you this question. Because of the timeline that we have, what is your specific demand from the Enugu State Police Command, the government? How can we begin to chart a way forward? And also a quick update on what stage that you are right now with the autopsy. We're made to understand that the body of your brother is currently undergoing an autopsy. Has there been any findings so far? Have there been any findings? And your demands from these two authorities?
Okay. First, my reason for this, somebody will say, is medicine after death. After all, the person we are fighting for is dead. But it's not. It is to make sure that this did not reoccur, especially in Enugu State. Within a time limit, within how many days, how many persons has been alleged that is killed by the police in one state? How many of them such news have you heard from the north? My demand is that these officers involved, who even at the point of death, when my brother could no longer speak, when every eyes in the prison, what was the offense? I can't really tell. Is that the officers involved should be brought to book. Without any sentiment, without any bias, without any cover up, they should be made to face the law. I know that a senior officer is involved there, which is DSP Ndukwe. If it was to be maybe an inspector only, I know that they might have acted. So I understand the line very well. But my request is that the justice should be done. And the family, you have seen the wife. Look at the way she's looking within a space of how many months? Looking like somebody who is mentally ill. I wish you go to see my mom also, and my town, and what this has cost to us. That adequate compensation should be paid to the family. Who will train the children? And who will take care of the wife? You who love to kill, you who love to see person die, you are alive, but you want another person to die. A phone call would have saved my brother's life. If they have allowed him or say, oh yeah, give me a number you can call, he wouldn't have died. Highest will be fighting that police broke his leg and the rest of the thing. Let me say this. They wanted me to push this thing to the prison. When I went to the police station, I told them I will not. Because my brother was almost dead. So whatever that is right to be done to the family should also be done to the family. That is not the most important part. But this issue of police harassing, please, I dare say this on this live interview. Walk with your camera, hidden camera, along Enugu Road. You are talking about revenue collectors, and see the way that most of the policemen there has turned to tax collectors. You must pay before you pass. You must pay. But let me tell you, I am not alleging. I have videos of so many of them. I have videos. In fact, even when I was coming down to Enugu, one happened. I am not trying to tell you what I don't know. But it was because it was later settled and there was an apology that day. That was why I decided to allow that officer. So, and at this time now, you asked other question on the progress of where we are. Through the petition, one of the petitions I wrote through the human rights, the police have called us, and I don't want to say some things, but I want to be little silent. Even today, our family is also going to the headquarters to meet with the assistant commissioner that's the case. I know that the friends and him will do their best to work on that issue. I'm saying it so that even if they are not aware, let them be aware. But I'm sure that they have also called them.
All right, Mr. Agwuna.
So, but what I'm saying is that justice should be served.
The justice should be served.
He who loves to be killed.
Yes. Justice will definitely be served. That is something that we're following up on. Now, you made a rather strong allegation at the beginning of this interview, and that is alleging that there is some kind of friendship that exists between DSP Daniel Ndukwe and DSP Uche'S, like you said. Now, that is a really strong allegation because that would make it appear like a very complex and complicated situation that maybe DSP Daniel is trying to, protect his friend. How did you draw the conclusion that they are indeed friends? Is it because of the same DSP title? Tell us about your investigations on that.
I'm not going to say much on that. But even if without friendship, they are just cosmic. They are the same rank. And how do you want DSP? Is it Ndukwe or what? What's his name? Sorry.
DSP Daniel.
To come and speak against Daniel. To come and speak against DSP Uche'S. How do you want that to be done? And I want to say this, Nathan, please, watch your interview with that same young man. Did you see any sign of apathy? Empathy? Did you see any sign of feelings relating to this particular family? If he wants to stand, he even made a statement by telling you that the case is in court. Maybe he's the one that have charged the case to court. And I dare them to do that. I dare them to do that.
Are you saying that the case is not in court?
It is not in court. Which case is in court? I've not gone to court. If them that killed wants to go to court, fine, let them go. It is not in court. The only thing you can relate that maybe that carried the matter to court is that they say they took my brother, and he's saying on a live television that why is it that my brother did not tell the judge that he's not accepting what they say? A man who could not speak or stand or sit down. What kind of inhuman do we have in this country? What kind of human being exists in some forces?
All right.
This is the same way the DSP was trying to push me to understand that the fault is from the prison officers.
All right.
I'm sure that you have also spoken with the controller prison.
Yes, the Comptroller General of Prisons has made it clear that when...
And I want to say, please, I want to just say this. The wife kept alleging, I am not in Enugu State. Let me say this. Did you see the interview you granted the wife like somebody who wants to lie? Be sincere. And is she speaking like somebody who is rehearsing something? She was speaking what she knows. I am not in Enugu, but she kept alleging that this DSP Uche has a personal issue. She has repeated this to me severally, and I refuse to buy that. But it's looking like something. If I should vote with what PPRO said on live television, that the man who killed Sunday, Iboja, is his friend, I'm beginning to believe that this DSP Uche Okeke reason for refusing my brother to regain his freedom is because he has a personal issue with him.
All right, we have to.
My brother, his name, he is known all over Enugu State, the side he's living as Temple. Go and ask of him.
All right.
His keke is there.
I mean, we can definitely go on all day about this because this is a matter that, honestly, I think it deserves 24-hour coverage. It's not something that we can even finish digesting in 20 minutes. But unfortunately, we have a timeline and we have to draw the curtains on this conversation now. But I would like to corroborate what you said by, when you said that the prisons, this thing of trying to, make it look like the death happened in prison or he was tortured in prison, let's say it that way. The Comptroller General has made it known to even Afia TV that when he came, he was in a bad state and the police had to sign behind the warrant to say that this was the state that he came to the prisons, and then so we can't.
Please, Nathaniel, can I just have can I have 2 seconds? 2 seconds, please. I just remember
briefly,
the
just
PPRO.
30 seconds, please.
Yes, thank you. I remember the PPRO said, I'm going to send you 5 videos this afternoon. He said that police doesn't use wood, so that you can also, if you want, you put it on the line. I will send you videos that police was using iron to hit Nigerian citizens. I will send you videos people captured from far that police was using wood bigger than 2 by 2 and some other things.
All right, we have to draw the curtains.
We have to draw the
curtains. Thank you so much, Mr. Ernest Agwuna, for joining us. And we'll definitely pursue this story. You can surely send those videos to us and then we would review and investigate all of this. Thank you. And remember that our hearts go out to your family and that we'll continue to follow this story and we will not stop until we get some kind of proper response from the Enugu State Police and possibly the government as well. Thank you once again, Mr. Agwuna, for joining us.
Thank you so much. I call on Enugu State Commissioner of Police to look into what the officers are doing.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.